was waiting for the first ad break to be over. If that explains why I let the music play for so long. It wasn't that long. It wasn't that crazy. It was fine. What's up, guys? Actually, what's up? I was like, we should probably go fullsies, because I have not explained what's going on here, nor have I full screened the thing that I need to, so I'm going to do that while no one can see that screen. Or not, because I forgot what fucking keys to press. Hello? There we go. It was after the third or fourth key combination I finally figured out which ones I'm supposed to press. Alright. But hello, guys. Welcome. Welcome. It's me, SEBtational. The one, the only. And today we are here for the, because I found I really like making puns, the first weekly SEBtalk. It's like TED Talk, but I replaced one of the letters and made it a different one. Replaced two of the letters, actually. Just one of them right there is the same, and then these four are the same, and then these two are different. That makes sense, yes. So, do I know what it stands for? No. Will I ever know what it stands for? Maybe I'll come up with something one day. You never know. As Justin Bieber would say, never say never. Which was a song that I listened to a lot in my childhood, because Justin Bieber was really big for some reason in that period of time. I had a poster of him, and I kissed it. I don't know why. I don't know why. I'm not attracted to Justin Bieber. I was never attracted to Justin Bieber. I just felt like it was the right thing to do for some reason. And I don't know why. Sexy Echidna IBS? What the fuck? Alright, anyways. Ugh. I have an Arby's sandwich. Let us begin with the first weekly SEBtalk. Five Nights at Freddy's. Several years of autism in the making for this, alright? Five Nights at Freddy's. What can I say? What can I say about the Five Nights at Freddy's franchise that you don't already know? Alright? We've got all of our favorite animatronics. We got Bonnie, we got Chica, we got Freddy, we got Foxy, we got the other guy. You know, it's a beautiful franchise. I have been here since the beginning, alright? Since the beginning. I was there when FNAF 1 came out. It was like 2014, so I was like definitely not old enough to be consuming FNAF content, but that's okay, because it's for kids anyways at this point. So basically, I have been here since the beginning, and I've seen how this game has grown and turned from this stupid little indie thing I'm obsessed with to the fucking FNAF movie. That's crazy that happened, by the way. That is still crazy to me. But, Five Nights at Freddy's. Several years of autism in the making for this SEBtalk today. Now, where else would we start but the beginning? Why isn't it working? There we go. In the beginning, God created Freddy Fazbear. Five Nights at Freddy's 1. Alright? The game that started it all, that came across because some dude was really fucking mean to Scott Cawthon and was like, your models look like shit, they look like scary animatronics, when he was just trying to make, like, kid-friendly, Christian, God-fearing games. And some dude was like, this looks like shit. And he was like, fuck it. If they think my shit looks like scary animatronics, I'll give them a scary animatronic. This is a blank screen. Now, the technical first teaser doesn't really count, because he kind of just put it on his website, and it was literally just the image we saw previous. This is the technical first teaser that exists in Five Nights at Freddy's. It's just this image, which I'm pretty sure is also the banner for it on Steam. But it's technically the first because he put it up on Scott Games, just like all the other ones, just to be like, yo, this is what I'm making. Alright? Now, the FNAF 1 trailer is a very interesting thing to watch, and I thought that we might watch it today and have a little discussion, you know, process it, see what we think. I definitely think that is something that we should do. Alright, so let me just get this here. Make sure you're all watching, you're ready to consume this. Let's not have the volume too high, because there's probably some jump scares in this, alright? And let's all sit together and enjoy the FNAF trailer. During the day, it's a place of joy. Got some guys dancing. But you aren't here during the day. See, this is the diner. You have the night watch. Oh no. Limited power. Limited visibility. Limited time. And then Bonnie takes off his face. And then Five Nights at Freddy's. Credits roll. There actually isn't a jump scare in that trailer. I don't know why I thought there was then. I guess I'm wrong. Alright, but that is the FNAF 1 trailer. It's very, very basic, you know, interesting premise. Most of it is stuff that just ended up basically either being things that were completely in the final game or things that were created entirely for promotional sake, like little animations we saw. But then, you know, you see a few, like, views of the cameras and, like, Bonnie standing in the hall and stuff like that. Notably, that whole taking off the mask thing never becomes a thing again. What did I just do to my Google Doc? There we go. Oh god, I have to go back through it. It was supposed to go from the thing that I clicked on first. Alright. So next section. Hoaxes and bad fan theories. We got Sparky the dog. My favorite. We got Good Guy Foxy. And then we got whatever the fuck MatPat was doing with his first theory, because what the fuck, dude? Alright. First, Sparky the dog. You know him, you love him, or maybe you don't know him, but I know him, and I love him, alright? Now, see. Sparky the dog was said to be a little animatronic that would appear randomly. He was like a secret extra member of the band. Now, if you went onto the cameras and you went onto cam 5, which is the parts and service cam, right there, then you would see, this fuck-ass dog, alright? This stupid-looking, stupid guy. He would just be sitting there and he's just staring at you. He's just looking at you. Now, obviously, this was not real. This was not real. It did not exist. It was a hoax. It was actually, the original creator of it actually painted, like, the image and, like, drew it in, and that's how it ended up, you know, getting in there. They showed, like, the original file where it was just what they drew in, without it being actually edited into the background, and it was really interesting, looking. However, why did people believe this? Well, it was because it was 2014 and people were stupid. And also, it wasn't that unbelievable, like, you know, oh, an extra guy shows up in the background. You know? Not that crazy. Just a little weird. And also, where did the name Sparky come from? I don't know. Alright. Now, the de-hoaxification of Sparky is one of my favorite topics. Holy shit. Because in the FNAF movie, this suit is in the back room. You can see this and that. That is Sparky. That is Sparky the fucking dog. Right there. And it is crazy that they took him and they made him real. Like, I cannot tell you how happy this made me. The second I saw him, I knew it. My eyes, like, locked on. It was like a fucking, like, meow, 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 fucking enhance, fucking show me this shit up close. And, Oh my god. It was the best thing ever. I think this was the best day that I ever had when I saw Sparky the dog in the FNAF movie. The best ever. Alright, and Sparky Cameo Part 2. Sparky Cameo Part 2 was in the diner in the FNAF movie. Now this one got me even harder because it says his name. This is explicit. Alright, there is no, it's just a dog animatronic that looks like this. This is a specific call out. And I was so excited. Guys, I was so excited by this sign when I watched the FNAF movie. I was yelling. I was yelling at the top of my lungs, alright? My friend who I was watching it with was concerned, staring at me in just concern and fear, because they didn't know who the fuck Sparky the dog was, but I knew who Sparky the dog was. And Sparky the dog is fucking important to me, okay? So much so, that it took me a solid 45 seconds as I was watching the scene to stop thinking about Sparky the dog and actually realize that MatPat was there. Took me way too long. Way too fucking long. And now, good guy Foxy. So, this was, like, a theory, when FNAF 1 was around, that I think has become, like, one of the most infamous bad theories about FNAF. Like, it just makes people, feel a certain way about all this, alright? Now, let's actually go over the, original, you know, I'm not sure if this was the first. I'm not sure if this is, like, the first, but this is the ultimate Foxy's a good guy theory from 9 years ago, so I thought this would probably be the best one to go through for this. Okay. Prepare to be enlightened, for I shall present you all with the perfect theory that will explain how Foxy is such a good guy. Try to find any holes. Okay, here's goes. Foxy is a good guy. He cares about you. The reason he jump scares you in the first game is because he's making sure you're safe. The reason he only checks on you when you look at him too much or too little is because if you do it too much, he will think that you are trying to summon him for his help. And if you do it too little, he will think you are in trouble, since you're not looking, since he'll think you're not on the camera at all. Foxy also bangs on the left door in order to either try to get in and save you, or scare away any animatronics inside. The reason he screams and you die when he checks on you is not because of his voice box being broken. As we all know, his voice box is alright and he can sing with it. The reason he screams is to scare away any potential animatronics in the office, therefore protecting you. His scream accidentally kills you because it causes a heart attack. After he has accidentally killed you, he leaves, since he knows the others are coming and will destroy him if they find out he's a traitor. When the others arrive and they see your corpse and do the privilege of stuffing it into an empty Freddy suit. Meanwhile, let's discuss Old Foxy and Mangle. Yes, I'll admit that Old Foxy and Mangle are not good guys/girls. However, this is about FNAF 1 Foxy, not any other one. Old Foxy and Mangle are not programmed to protect night guards. Unlike FNAF's Foxy, they are programmed the same as other animatronics. Keep in mind that FNAF 2 is a prequel, so the defective Old Foxy and Mangle come before the good guy Foxy we know and love. Meanwhile, Fazbear Entertainment, trademark, has always hated Foxy because he scares kids, and Mangle, the new version, bit off a patron/former night guard's frontal lobe. They were going to scrap Foxy altogether in the Freddy Fazbear's Pizza we see in FNAF, but then they had a better idea. They reprogrammed Foxy to now protect night guards, which would keep the restaurant safe from lawsuits. Obviously, they don't care about the guards themselves. I know the animatronic is haunted by a child, but the haunting comes secondary to the programming of the actual animatronic. Alternatively, perhaps the kid that haunts Foxy is very kind and does not seek revenge. In fact, he believes revenge is wrong, so the kid protects night guards from the revenge-obsessed animatronics. As for Phantom Foxy in FNAF 3, he's a hallucination, so that doesn't count. So there you have it. I provided a perfectly logical argument with no holes whatsoever. Please tell me what flaws you find in the comments. TLDR, Foxy is a good guy. And this was an infamous FNAF theory, back in the day. And, you know, I just think it was honestly kind of funny. I always found the theory kind of funny, in my opinion. Like, the idea that Foxy is just trying to check in on you, and, like, he cares about you. I think that's funny, and I think a lot of people just wanted the animatronics to really love and care about them, and you know what? I can respect that, alright? Alright, so next, let me get a drink of water before this. Next, we got Matt Pat's first FNAF theory. Listen, this, this video, was very interesting, because he decided to try and look into and link a real-life crime that happened in a Chuck E. Cheese to Five Nights at Freddy's. And while I will say, like, I guess how you can see a relation, like, it wasn't, like, completely, like, out of nowhere. Just very, very simple instructions here, from my personal opinion. Don't make video game theories about real tragedies. Just don't do it. Don't do it. It's not a good idea. Those are real people who died. Kind of weird. Alright, just not the best. Not the best thing I've ever seen. Alright. Now, FNAF 2. The Squeakquel. This was fun, alright? This is where I feel like a lot of what Five Nights at Freddy's is as a franchise was discovered and formed and created. This is where I feel like a lot of ground rules were set for the series. The first game was just Scott being like, you know, people are being mean to me on the internet, so I'm gonna make some creepy animatronics. And I feel like this is where he decided, holy shit, wait, this could be like a whole thing, you know? This is where I think he started laying the groundworks for all the FNAF lore we know and love today. Alright. So first, we're gonna go over the FNAF 2 teaser images. Alright. First we've got this one, very basic. It was the first one that showed up. It was showing, you know, grand reopening, FNAF 2, you know, 2015. Which I'm pretty sure it didn't even release in 2015. I'm pretty sure it still released in 2014, correct me if I'm wrong. But this was the very first image we see, and it's of Withered Freddy. And it immediately started cropping up people's theories. Because first of all, what's going on with Freddy? Why is he all ripped up? What's going on? Why does he look different? What's happening? And now a lot of people first took it as, oh cool, Scott just redesigned him. He just redesigned Freddy, and this was the same Freddy we saw, just older and more beaten up. Which is actually, the same sort of reason that people were bringing up in FNAF Ruin with Roxy, being like, oh, the reason why she looks so different is just because it was a redesign. The creators, Scott, Steelwool, they just wanted this character to look different and cooler. Until we eventually find out that there is actually a lore, reason behind there being a difference. And the reason in FNAF 2 is obviously because the withered animatronics are different. They're actually from before the classic animatronics. They aren't the same animatronics. As with Roxy, the mask being shown put on her is put on her in FNAF Ruin. Showing that, yet again, there was just more to the story that we hadn't figured out yet. Instead of it just being a redesign, which I think is two interesting pieces of, media. Now, of course, I could also totally agree that these two things did intend to just be redesigns for the rule of cool in the beginning. I could totally believe that. And then that later on that both Scott and Steelwool were like, fuck, let's make it a story thing instead of just being like, I wanted this guy to look different. So, I don't know. Honestly, no idea. The next is probably the most iconic, in my opinion, and one that I used to actually trace over in MS Paint all the time when I was a child, is Something Borrowed, Something New. So Something Borrowed, you see Withered Bonnie right here. You know, he's got no face. He's borrowed from the old location. And then Something New. Now, this is very fun. It has a little 2 down here, you know, showing that it's teasing FNAF 2, obviously. Yet again, I think this caused more arguments on the Wizards, the original animatronics we see in FNAF 1, are they different? You know, that continued this. This was also the first look that we got at one of the toy animatronics with Toy Bonnie, who I still think is one of the best designs ever. And this, the words from this actually come from an old poem: something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue, a sixpence in your shoe. Now, something, you know, this is actually, 2 different parts of this here. That's not, you know, related, because this is something borrowed from the second, bit, and then this is something new from the first bit. But honestly, you could trade these out with this and this and this and this, and it'd be fine. The only one that doesn't fit, obviously, is the sixpence in your shoe. This came from 19th century Lancashire. I don't know how to say that. I'm stupid. And this was actually a, like, saying or poem that was actually about what you should have on your wedding day, what every bride should have on her wedding day, is she should have something old, something new, something borrowed, something blue, and a sixpence in her shoe, would be like a saying. I'm not sure exactly why, but it was one. That's all I know. Next, we've got FNAF 2 teasers and discussion number 3, alright? We've got, honestly, one of my favorites, the Foxy and Mangle teaser, which I think is really cute, with the 2 different sides, you know, peeking around the corner. And I actually think, correct me if I'm wrong, but this Foxy we see right here, honestly, he kind of really looks like the FNAF 1 model to me, but he might still be the Withered Foxy model, I'm not sure. I haven't looked into it that much, but he really looks like the FNAF 1 Foxy model to me. And that's always thrown me off. And we see, you know, the 2 different hooks here. This is actually one of the only examples we get to see of Toy Foxy instead of the Mangle, you know? Because obviously she's put together right here. He's got his hook right here, which we can actually see is a noticeably different shape than Foxy's. It's much thicker. It looks like it even doesn't have, like, as sharp of a point on it. It's just very interesting. So this is Adventure Toy Mangle, the only other time in the series where we see, you know, Toy Foxy in their original look and form, and we see that they have a hook. Very interesting. No eye patch either, which is interesting because almost every other variation we see of Foxy has an eye patch, especially when they're a pirate, but none for Toy Foxy. Alright, this was this was the 4th teaser, which shows us the mask, our first look at the office, our first look at Withered Foxy, if the one previous wasn't the model, like, I think it's not, because I feel like the fur on the sides of the face is different, but I'm not sure. But this shows us the mask, the fact that there is, you know, no doors, and that, you know, you're putting this on, and yeah, it was just very interesting to see this. Alright, and then we've got, this was the last one to show up. At first it was just this Cam 11 with the little thing by it, but actually, if you turned up the brightness on this image, you would actually see the puppet at the prize counter with just that part of the image kept, you know, seeable and visible. So this is the puppet at the prize corner. This was the first ever look that we got at the puppet, before we even really knew what its mechanic was gonna be and all of that. And, you know, she's chilling. She's looking. I think this is actually the only time you really see the puppet, because the puppet is usually in the box or is jump scaring you. Unless I'm remembering wrong and the puppet is just chilling out of her box the whole time, but I don't think she is. But yeah, very, very fun there. Very interesting. So the FNAF 2 trailer, I think we should give that a watch, you know, next. Alright. Hold on, let me pause the music really quick. Because I don't like the sound of layered music, and I bet you don't either. We see some artworks, some wires. Withered Bonnie. Which I think is the first, like, full body look you get at him. It is the first. I know it is. It has to be.
Hello? Hello?
FNAF 2 phone call.
Well, if you're hearing this, then chances are you've made a very poor career choice.
Parts and service. Forgotten. That same text as before. This was hype back in the day. Like, seeing this for the first time was crazy. Got some withered Freddy here. Foxy. Boy Bonnie. Yeah. The look-sees over the cameras. Zero doors. I think it's funny that people complain about the formula. What the hell? Complain about the formula of FNAF just being like, oh, you sit in an office and you close doors. When I'm pretty sure there's only like 3 games where you actually close doors, which I think is like hilarious that it's become the stereotypical, you know, what you do in FNAF is you sit in an office and close doors. Because I think it's FNAF 1. Does 4 count? I don't think 4 counts because you're like doing like peeking and looking out, you know. So FNAF 1. I think Sister Location Custom Night. And Ultimate Custom Night? But yeah, I genuinely think that's it. I think those are the only games where you're actually, like, you know, sitting down, watching cameras closing doors, and, like, only that. Because in FNAF 3, you were doing the lure thing. FNAF 2, you had the mask. FNAF 4, it was interesting. But yeah. It is what it is, you know? It is what it is. Alright, and now, the FNAF 2 hoaxes. There were more this time, because there was an established fan base and a new game coming out, alright? They couldn't have really done it for FNAF 1, because the whole game was out by the time the fan base started to, like, whoop, and, like, people had already dug through that game's files and figured everything out. But, like, FNAF 2, it was wild. It was, like, the Wild West of people just making shit up. Alright, so first we got the purple guy in the office, a classic. The Gray Puppet, and Golden Toy Freddy. These are three examples that I could find of FNAF 2 hoaxes from back in the day. A lot of them are related to FNAF 2, but they're actually about FNAF 3. So if I ever go over those games, I'll go over those then. Okay, so the purple guy in the office, who's this guy right here. Why the fuck is it an animatronic? I don't know why anyone believed this. Why the fuck would the purple guy be a literal animatronic with a security badge and, like, feet, and, like, that's obviously just Golden Freddy. That's Golden Freddy, baby. You just made him purple and took away his face. Like, I don't understand. Why? Why was this a thing? Why did people believe this? Whose idea was this? It was a bad one. Alright, gay puppet, I guess. So it was just this. It was just this, basically. I think it was when you died after, like, when you died to the puppet, there was, like, a chance it would, like, play this screen and say the, save them thing, and then crash the game, or whatever, because that's what it always is with Five Nights at Freddy's. It's always crashing the fucking game. It's literally just a recolor of the puppet. Not much more to it. Not that deep. And next we've got Piss Toy Freddy, or Golden Toy Freddy. It's pretty simple. They were like, hey, there's a version of Toy Freddy, but he is Golden Freddy. He's yellow. That's it. That's it. That's it. And that's all, folks. That is everything that Five Nights at Freddy's had to offer for us. So I want to thank you for watching. Thank you for enjoying my SEBtalk on Five Nights at Freddy's. Good night, everyone. I actually don't know how to end this. Probably find someone to raid, right? Right? That's like the thing you're supposed to do after you stream. So let's do that. Do 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 do. I should have made an ending soon screen, but instead I just get to awkwardly dance here. Hey guys.